Guys, I'm currently at the airport right now and I literally feel fine, and that's like the strangest thing that's ever happened to me because like my mum drove me here, and when I was on the way here I literally was freaking out because of the fucking traffic and like the roads. Like even though I'm a driver now, like I was so like anxious on the roads coming here even though I wasn't even the one driving. That was more anxiety inducing than actually being in this fucking airport. I literally just got through security. I was gonna try and start filming like before I started going through security, but having the camera in one hand and then the fucking suitcase in the other was not giving, and I was really apprehensive about going through security. But I'm here now. I went through security. Now I'm gonna go to duty free. I said to myself that, you know, I'm not gonna buy any perfumes at duty free because I've packed a perfume with me, but I kind of want to buy a perfume. I'm getting in the holiday spirit. Right, so we're just gonna need to get used to this angle because I'm not gonna lie, the idea of putting my camera above face level in this much of a public space, I'm not gonna lie, it's not as easy as I thought it would be. It's the fact that this place is so fucking busy, like it's so busy at this airport. Like I have never even been into Pret before, but the only reason that I came in here was because it was the only place that had a seat. So anyways, but yeah, I don't know if it was a good idea to have coffee before a flight because I'm not going to be shitting on a plane. I'll jump out instead. But it's really good. I'll probably talk more about like the check-in process and the security process later. Like I don't want to like delve into it right now because like I said, there's a lot of people here and I feel fine actually. Like I don't actually have really any anxiety whatsoever. I had a little bit when I was arriving, but surprisingly I feel fine. But yeah, I don't want to get into like the whole like ins and outs of it right now. I'll probably do that later, like once I'm at my hotel, once I'm actually in Greece. But yeah, it's currently 1:48. Gate number displays at 2:30. So I've got like 40 minutes until I can go to my gate. I'm probably just gonna stay here, not gonna lie, because there's nowhere else for me to go because it's so fucking busy. There's no seats anywhere. I actually walked around like a lost fucking sheep trying to find somewhere to sit, and I also spent £10.30 on an iced coffee and a baguette. Don't even want to talk about it. Okay, so I literally bought another one. I bought another one. Please guess the price of how much I've spent in here for 2 fucking drinks and a baguette and a wrap. Did you guess £24? Oh, you'd be right. Guys, I'm not trying to be dramatic or funny because there's really nothing funny or dramatic about it if I'm being completely fucking honest with you. Let me just set you down here just briefly. I don't even know if this angle is like, it's not the vibe, but I'm gonna just vent about the fucking disaster, nightmare situation that has just happened in the last few hours. So I'm in my hotel now. As you can see, I now am by a bed, which is all I've wanted to be next to for the last several hours. I'm gonna just start off with the flight, because honestly the flight was fine up until the end of the flight where we were starting to land, and the minute the fucking captain put the fasten seatbelt sign on, like that we were descending, every small child on board, every single one just started crying and squealing in unison. If you know anything about me, I can't be around that. I can't, it's not like I'm trying to be funny or make a joke. Like, obviously everyone gets a bit irritated by screaming children, but it's like, for me, it's like a whole other fucking level. It's like really intense. Some certain noises will really trigger me. Like, it sounds like I'm just being dramatic, but I'm being serious. And I hate even like mentioning autism, because I have never been diagnosed with autism, but there's just certain things like about me that make me feel like I wouldn't do me any harm to see a specialist and see if I have autism or I'm on the spectrum somehow, because some fucking sounds really, like, I can't be around it. It will make me physically dizzy. And screaming children is one of them. The other one is loud engines, which I've spoken about before. And funnily enough, there's so many loud engines here. Motorbikes everywhere. But screaming children is crying babies. I just can't do it. So all of them in unison. And there was a specific one, which was the loudest. And of course it was beside me on the row next to me. Screaming, crying, and obviously I feel really bad for the child and the mother, but it's like, I can't even put it into words. So when we landed at fucking last, we landed about 9:40. I'm gonna just tell you right now, let's just check. 12:40. And I have just arrived at my hotel. So as you can imagine, it's been 3 hours since I landed. And I've only just got here. But we landed. Thank fuck for that. And then then there's a little person that comes on the microphone. And he's like, we're gonna have to delay disembarking the aircraft, because we've had word from the airport, and apparently it's so fucking busy, and they needed to send like 2 separate ships, because there was like another plane next to us that was still full, and they had been waiting for like ages to like deboard the plane. So they were obviously first. And then we ended up having to fucking sit on the plane for about 25 minutes. But it was that way, you know, when everyone wants to get off the plane, you have people standing down the aisles and like just a complete shit show. But it was like 25 minutes of that. And you need to remember that there was also screaming, crying babies. Me, on my own, my anxiety, my claustrophobia, no. But then I didn't want to be that person that like acted entitled and like went, because I was contemplating going up to one of the air stewardesses and being like, I'm really sorry to be a pain, but I feel like I'm going to have a panic attack. Like, I struggle with anxiety disorder and it's coming. Can I please at least just stand outside of the plane on the steps just for some air? Because it was like all these people, all these bodies, and some of these people don't fucking wash. They stand up because they've obviously been sitting down for like 4 hours. The smell that fills up the plane when everyone gets up is unbelievably nauseating. That mixed with the screaming, crying babies and the fact that we had to just sit there. And people were obviously standing up. And even the guy came on the microphone and was like maybe everyone should sit back down because we've just had word that like the plane next to us has to disembark first. So we're going to be here for a little bit longer. People just stayed standing up. I'm like, what are the benefits of that? I don't understand. So I was just sitting down, like trying to stay calm, literally doing breathing exercises. I wanted to get my camera out and like update everyone who's watching, but I just couldn't. I had to calm down. So I get off the fucking plane. We get on the little bus that takes us to the arrival area. And oh my fucking God. Now, what blows my mind is that in the video that I posted talking about this initially, where I was like, the reason I wanted to go back to Rhodes is because the process at the airport was so easy, so straightforward, like it was like done and dusted. Let me just tell you that was not the case this time. This time that was not the case. So we get on the little shuttle thing, and there's supposed to be 2 buses for our plane because we weren't all going to fit on the one bus. But because we'd all been waiting for so long, everyone was just really eager to get on just the one bus. I was one of the first people on the bus. Everyone tried to pile onto this bus to the point where we're all holding on to these poles. Everyone's like this. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then we were on that for like 15 minutes. We get to the arrival door. I'm going to insert a picture. I wanted to get my camera out and show you, but there were so many people. This was the queue. Nightmare fuel. I can't explain it. That's my idea of a fucking nightmare. Queues in general, nightmare. Screaming children all around me. I'm in a foreign country alone. And there was this one girl that was on my flight, and I'm so annoyed at myself because she was definitely on her own as well. She must have been about my age. And I kept thinking like, oh, just talk to her, like just say something. Like I was literally going to be like, are you here on your own? Even though I knew she was, I just wanted to start a conversation with her. Because I felt so uncomfortable in that moment. I just needed like someone to chat to. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I don't know why. Just didn't feel right in the moment, and I'm really angry at myself. But anyways, I stood in that line for over an hour in the queue. I get my suitcase. I can't even stress enough. The queue was over an hour to get through passport control. Over an hour. So I get through passport control eventually, and I get my suitcase. I have to try and find the desk for my transfer company, and that was also a nightmare. I found the desk. They gave me a little ticket, which my bus number was T56. So she's like, she tells me, you need to hurry up. They're leaving in 5 minutes. I was like, okay. It's not my fucking fault I've been standing in a queue for an hour. That happened. I go outside. I start looking for T56, the bus. Nowhere to be found. And it's dark. There are so many little buses, and I knew it wasn't a coach. I knew it was like a shuttle. None of them said 56. I found 55. I found what number's close to it, but there was no 56 there. So I ended up calling. I phoned the telephone number that was tied to the company that I was doing the transfer with. They weren't helpful. They didn't help me whatsoever. They were like, you need to go back in to the desk. So I went back into the airport to the desk. The same woman was there, and I was like, I can't find my bus, and she was like, yeah, I told you needed to hurry up. They were going to leave in 5 minutes. And I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like it. I'm very nice to people. I don't want to argue. But I said to the lady, I was out there within 5 minutes. You said that to me. And then immediately I was outside looking for the bus. I was there within 30 seconds of you telling me I needed to hurry up. And there was no number 56 there. So she's like, oh yeah. He was there. The driver called me and said, like, looking for you. And I was like, why didn't the driver call me? They have my number. The same thing happened back in April when I came here. Me and the person I was with ended up getting on the wrong coach. And then I got a phone call from the driver of the actual shuttle bus because they were wondering where I was. So I was like, why didn't they call me? Like, they have my number. Why would they call you, the lady at the desk, when it's me they're looking for? They just phoned me. So that was a whole thing. So then she put me on a different little shuttle bus, and because it was like a different bus and mine had already left, which they shouldn't have left without me, I wasn't late, I had to wait on this shuttle bus for everyone who was on board a Birmingham flight. to arrive. So they were all going through the queue that I had just spent an hour waiting in, and I had to wait because obviously that was their shuttle. And there was a fucking mosquito on this fucking shuttle that kept landing on my ear. Anyways, I feel like maybe once I sleep, I'll feel better, because right now I feel so annoyed. I just feel a bit like pissed off at the situation, but it's fine. I will be fine. I'm in my hotel room now. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little update because that's the update. So here I am in my hotel. I've been wearing these exact same clothes all fucking day, and I need to get rid of them. I need to take them off. Okay, so little room tour. This is the bathroom. Lovely, lovely bathroom. I need to unpack all my shit, but I think I'm just gonna do that in the morning because I really, really can't be bothered. I can't explain just how fucking tired I am. Shower, toilet, we don't need to be looking at that. Wardrobes, right here. This little like table area to like, I guess, look in the mirror. And then my bed, which is right here. So that's pretty much it. I need to put these little lights on. How do I do that? How do I turn the light on? Am I tripping out? Oh, there we go. That's fine. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I just feel like this whole day has just completely exhausted me. I'm so tired. But the plan for tomorrow is, the plan of action is laying by the pool. It's supposed to be 24 degrees tomorrow. So, I'm very much looking forward to being by the pool. But yeah. Now this is the part where I don't know if this is going to be the end of one video or if I'm going to just do like the full week in one video. It really depends on the Wi-Fi here, because I can't bring myself to upload like a video every single day if it means having to spend hours and hours trying to like upload it. Like if the Wi-Fi shit, so I can just like put all the days into one and upload it when I'm home. Or try and do it individual days, but I'll see how I go. I'm gonna edit this now, unpack a little bit, get my home comforts out, and maybe like watch a movie or something. I don't even know if there's any like shops open. It's so late, but I'm really thirsty, so yeah, I guess I'll see about that. The thing that's making me feel better is the man at reception in my hotel was really nice. It was just really nice. So that made me feel better. He made me feel comfortable. The last thing I could have asked for right now is just to arrive here and like the vibe be off with the staff. Like I don't want to deal with that, but he seemed really nice. So yeah, I'm just gonna chill by the pool tomorrow. On Monday I have a boat trip, which I'm so fucking excited about. I don't think there's really anything else that I could ask for right now that would help other than a boat trip. Like being on a boat or swimming in the sea and like just being in the sun. That sounds great right now. I think I'm just feeling really tired and overwhelmed by everything that I've done today. And I'm not giving myself enough props. Like I'm literally in Greece. Like I've somehow, as an anxious person, managed to get myself to Greece. Like I don't know how I've managed to do that. I feel like I've been disassociating all day. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna wash my face. This makeup has been on me all day. Oh, let me talk about one other thing before I go. The person I was sat next to on the plane, now just be prepared. If you're going to be solo traveling, which is one of the main reasons I'm making this video, is to like encourage people to do it if they've been thinking about it. But just be prepared that you're probably going to be sat next to someone on a plane, whatever you're going. And the person that was next to me, it was like I don't want to say ghetto because she's probably like my age. She was like a woman, but she was with her mum. And they were sitting next to me. They had masks on, which, you know, each to their own. But it became very... When I say masks, I mean like COVID masks, like protective, like germ masks. Which is fine. Like, you know, I'm not going to like make fun of someone for like being about their hygiene. But this girl next to me, she during the flight, she started eating, it was salt and malt vinegar crisps, and she quite literally was licking the crisps. She was not eating them like a person. She was taking each crisp out the bag and like licking and sucking the crisp until there was no flavour left, and then eating the crisp. So it took her about 30 to 40 minutes to get through this bag of crisps. The smell was atrocious, and I looked at her, I was like, because I could see her in my periphery, and I was like, surely she's not like licking these crisps next to me. Her hands were covered in her fucking saliva, and I'm like, the audacity to put like one of those protective face masks on when you are slavering all over your hands. I had to look at her, I was like, surely not. And then like later on in the flight, she took out this other snack that the smell was just awful. It was just so bad. It was just too much. It was the licking and sucking on the crisps, like licking all the flavour off of it. You know, that way that like toddlers do. And I don't know if maybe she had like a mental something not right. I didn't get that vibe, but it was just a very odd way of eating a packet of crisps. And it was just the irony in having like this like germ protecting face mask on, but then like pulling it down so that you can shove your hand in your mouth and like the spit all over your hands. Our fingers were like glistening. Anyways, just also I flew with TUI, which is the first time I've ever flown with TUI. Not entirely sure I recommend TUI. There was no room for my legs. I'm quite a tall person. Normally fly with Jet2. There seems to be a little bit more space with Jet2. And the plane itself was like kind of old and crusty. I don't know. I didn't anticipate this day to be as sort of like disappointing as it was. Like, I kind of liked being at the airport, like when I was in Pret and like just like I was doing my own thing, that was fine. But for some reason, just as soon as I got on the plane and there was just all these kids, and the flight itself was fine. No issues, but the airport situation, like when we arrived, was just so, it just drained the life out of me. And now I'm ready to sleep. So thank you for watching. Oh my fucking god. This is... Oh my god, look. I need to go and wash my face now.